Welcome to another video, the same every time. IGCSE Maths, GCSE Maths, looking at the kind of questions that, apart from the numbers, are the same every time. We've been looking at this kind of exam question where you have to put the numbers in order, and we have seen that the method for doing this is to write all the numbers as decimals, and then we can compare the decimals, put the decimals in order. So I'm just going to work through these, and maybe you could pause the video and then have a look at your answer, have a look at my answer, see if we agree. I'm just going to work straight through this, converting these into decimals. So 0.47, I'm straight away going to write as 4700 because I'm likely to need more digits after the decimal point. 8/17, so 0.4705. So 4705. I'm just writing down the first four digits. I'm not properly rounding them. Square root 0.22 is 0.4690. And then tan 25 is 0.4663. So since they all start with a 0, we're just looking at the right-hand side after the decimal point, just treating them like actual numbers. So 4,663 is the smallest, isn't it? So the smallest number then would be tan 25 degrees. And then 4,690 is the next. So square root 0.22, and then 4,700, so that's 0.47, and 4,705, 8/17 is the next one. There you go. If you got that right, give yourself 2 marks. Next question, you might want to pause the video and then restart after you've had a go at this one. 19% is 19. Divide by 100, 0.19, but I'm going to write it with 4 digits after the decimal point because I'll probably need a little bit more after my decimal point than just 2 digits. Remember, we must have each number with the same number of digits after the decimal point, then we can compare them properly. 1/5, so 1/5 is 0.2, so I'm going to write that as 0.2 and then some zeros there. Square root 0.038. 0.038 square root is 0.1949. So 0.1949. Sine 11.4 degrees. 0.1976. So 0.1976 and 0.719 to the power 5, 0.1921. So I'm writing each of these with 4 digits after the decimal point. They all start with a 0 point something. So I don't need to worry about what's on the left-hand side there. And you just treat the right-hand side like just proper numbers, normal numbers. So I've got 1,921, 1,976, 1,949, 2,000, and then 1,900. Well, that's the smallest then, isn't it? 1,900. So 19% is the smallest. Remembering we have to write them using the original numbers. And then after that, 1,921, isn't it? That one. So 0.719 to the power 5 is the next one. And then it's going to be 1,949. So it's that one. So square root 0.038. And then it will be that one. So sine 11.4 degrees. And then finally the 2,000, which is 1/5. You must write them using the original numbers they give you in the question, but your working out is to convert them to decimals, remembering we can compare them best when we have the same number of digits after the decimal point. So if you don't have the same number of digits, just fill it with zeros until you do. Okay, next question. You might want to pause the video and then compare your answer with mine. I'm going straight into this one. Cosine 100. So cosine 100 degrees is in fact a negative, isn't it? So negative 0.1736. Tan 100, so tan 100 degrees is another negative, negative 5.6712. I'm just writing down the first 4 digits after the decimal point. I'm not properly rounding. 1 over 100. Okay, well, that's 0.01, isn't it? So 0.01. And I'll fill it with 4 digits after the decimal point. And 100 to the power of negative 0.1. Okay, let's see what that is. Calculator job for that one, probably. So 0.6309. Okay, they want the smallest first. Well, the tan 100 is negative 5 point something. And negative 5, if you think about the number line, negative 5 is going to be smaller than negative 0.1 and smaller than positive numbers. So the smallest number there is negative 5 point something. So that's tan 100 degrees. Then the next biggest number is the other negative, if you think about working up your number line. So cosine 100 degrees. So out of these, 0 point and 0 point, okay, thinking of them as actual numbers, this would just be 100 and this would be 6,309. So it's the 1 over 100 that's next, and the 100 to the power negative 0.1 is the next one. Another exam question to try, but do read it. What's the difference with this one? Write the following in order of size, largest first. Apart from that, the method is going to be exactly the same. So if you like, you pause the video, try the question, and then restart. So sine 158 degrees, 0.3746. 4 digits after the decimal point. Cosine 158 degrees, that's a negative number, so negative 0.9271. Cosine 38 degrees is going to be 0.7880, and sine 38 degrees 0.6156. So largest first, well, largest first we're thinking about a positive number will be larger than any negative number. And because we've written them with the same number of digits after the decimal point, we can compare them just like we were comparing ordinary numbers. So 6,156, 7,880, 3,746. So the biggest one is the 7,780. So the biggest would be cosine 38 degrees. Then the next would be 6,156. So sine 38 degrees. Then the sine 158. So 0.3746. And then the smallest one must be the negative. If you think about how a number line goes, moving to the left, the numbers get smaller, so the negative numbers are always smaller than any positive numbers. So cosine 158 degrees is the smallest. Now, did you notice there that I just made a fatal mistake? I wrote down the actual decimal number instead of the number that they give me in the question. Yeah, you absolutely must write down the numbers as they are given to you originally in the question, not the decimals. Well, I hope that video was useful to you, and more useful to you, I hope, would be practicing and then comparing your answers to the video. I really hope that's what you're doing, and that I hope you are getting all the same answers as me, getting all the correct answers. If the video was useful to you, then please do like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. I will return with the next video.